Logan, thank you. For more on this, let's welcome in former senior advisor to DHS Undersecretary Alejandro Mayorkas and retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Berney Flowers, along with Border Commerce and Security Council Chairman and former Special Assistant to the DHS Undersecretary of Intelligence Nelson Bolito. Gentlemen, welcome to you both.
Rick. Thanks, Rick.
So President Trump says this incident has not harmed the American relationship with South Korea, but he did issue a warning on Truth Social. He wrote, following the immigration enforcement operation on the Hyundai battery plant in Georgia, I am hereby calling on all foreign companies investing in the United States to please respect our nation's immigration laws. Your investments are welcome, and we encourage you to legally bring your very smart people with great technical talent to build world-class products, and we will make it quickly and legally possible for you to do so. What we ask in return is that you hire and train American workers. Together, we will all work hard to make our nation not only productive, but closer in unity than ever before. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. Berney, how would you rate Trump's handling of this incident?
I think the president is doing the right thing. He's being very, very diplomatic and gracious in a circumstance where he doesn't have to be. The truth is that most of the people that we're dealing with, most of the allies that we're dealing with, they're always looking for a leg up, just like we are. And sometimes people are willing to cheat and bring their own people into our factories and our manufacturing facilities. But you know, the bottom line is we've got a lot of Americans that are not working and are sometimes on the public dole. And I believe that the president is working on making things better for everyone. All these people that are coming over from other countries that are cheating our system, I'm thankful that the president is gathering those folks up, like those folks down in Georgia, all 400 of them, go on back home to South Korea and repatriate those factories with American workers. So A+ for the president.
Well, Nelson, I want to get your thoughts on that as well, because it's a bit of a tightrope that the president has to walk here, considering the Korean car maker has announced plans to invest $26 billion in America. And then you have this issue with all these workers. Your thoughts, Nelson?
Rick, look, Rick, I think very simply, Korea, Hyundai, they know better than this. Okay, they know they got to hire, go through the regular paperwork to get people hired and into the United States, but they know better than this. And again, if you think about just Korea and all the other big companies that are out there, I mean, normally there is a very extensive process to recruit, retain, and bring people, especially when they're foreign workers. So again, that just has to be enforced. But that's what the E-Verify system is for. I mean, these companies, and we've talked about this many times before, is that we have to put these things in place. E-Verify, make sure that everyone goes through the system, in a level playing field to ensure that they are legal workers in the United States of America. And he's right. If we can train our people side by side, that's even better, because as they expand, then we have more American workers and we don't have to bring people from the outside coming in.
Nelson, I have a quick follow-up for you, and then I'm going to get back to Berney. Trump's team found over 22,000 missing migrant kids who were lost under Biden's weak vetting. They arrested 400-plus bad sponsors, uncovered awful cases of trafficking and abuse. Your thoughts on the Biden open border policies, which lost so many children here in America?
This is an absolute tragic. It's a tragedy at all levels. And we've been talking about this for many years with deaf ears from the Biden government, and now this is the truth. What you're seeing on the images right there is the hard truth of people that are lost in America. So I hope we have sponsors. I hope we can find a real sponsor. I hope we can find their parents. I hope we can repatriate them. I hope we can get them back to a place where they feel comfortable and they can move on with their life, because this is no way of treating minor children. But this, again, is because we had lax policies for 4 years that created this mess. And now we have a big mess on our hands. And who loses is these poor children, their families, and everyone else involved.
Yeah, there's so much more to this. I wish we had more time on it. Berney, the U.S. Supreme Court has backed President Donald Trump's hardline approach toward immigration, allowing ICE to proceed with raids in Southern California, targeting people for deportation based on their race or language. Your thoughts on the Supreme Court's ruling?
I think that the Supreme Court is finally doing the right thing. I think that they're working with the president. The job of our government is to support our American people. And when we're allowing people to come to the United States and break our rules and break our laws, and we're paying for the privilege, it's ridiculous. So, the tables have turned, and I'm so thankful that the Supreme Court is working with us, working with the president, doing the work of the American people. So those folks in California, I don't understand why they support Gavin Newsom and the Democrats. I think there's some crookery going on, but that's another story for another time. But the issue of the day is the president is working on this, the Supreme Court's working on this, the governments are working together, and even the Congress. I mean, hopefully we can do well in the midterms, but as long as we've got control of the legislature and the Supreme Court's working our side, we're in a good place, better than we've been in decades.
Yeah. Amen to that. Bernie Flowers and Nelson Bolito, thank you both for joining the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Rick.